Greetings, greetings once again. My name is Elena Ra. There were just a little more I wanted to share with you. It's in regard to this. It's in regard to the change. There's so much change that's happening astrologically and in the world at large, and how important it is at this time for us to remain in our sovereignty and to break free from old patterns and ways of being that have now actually become outmoded in a lot of ways. And this is really time for us to reach out to one another as well as find out as much information you can about aspects of your life that require this change. But the first thing that's important is to break free from old ways of being that have had power over you and on some level have held you hostage. And of course that does also include relationships, and that may also pan out when dealing with the system that you live in, as in governments and things like that. You know, there's still so many people on the planet who truly believe that governments are like our parents and they're there to support us. But the truth of the matter is that a lot of governments are really just trying to dig themselves out of a big hole that they created themselves naively. And now we're all in this huge mess to do with the monetary system. And for those of you who are aware of certain prophecies or certain things that have been told will happen, this is the time. 2013 right up to the next few years will be a time of huge change, and we are really just in the beginning of that stage now. But we need to be the change ourselves, as Gandhi was. But Gandhi and Jesus existed during the time of Pisces, which was all about martyrdom and sacrifice. And the age of Aquarius is about freedom. And this is the energy now. So the change has to be based on freedom. And you think about freedom and then you think of the opposite of that. You think about bondage and slavery. And so this is really the time now, but as we emerge into the golden age. We're not quite there yet, and I think it's really important to remember that. The change really does begin with us. There is no script this time. It's also important to remember that there is also synthetic light, which is an illusion, just like fear is an illusion. But we need to be careful that we don't set ourselves up into this synthetic illusion of light and love, which is not really grounded and based on real terms. Because I'm not saying that things can't be done energetically, but they really need to happen from a sense of true integrity and reality. You know, what can we physically do? What can we do in terms of our thoughts, and actually speak our mind, be free with our thoughts and actions, and actually implement change, speak about how we are really feeling and what our needs really are, and what it is we really want to create for our children and for the future of the planet. Because we are the planet, because we are on a physical level, we are of this planet. We are like the cells of this planet, and we will continue to feel the effects that the planet is also feeling. So whatever we're feeling, the planet's feeling, and whatever the planet's feeling, we are feeling. Now, there are synthetic realms on this planet, such as the government systems and so many other systems, that are not really indigenous. These have been ideas, and one might say man-made ideas, of ways to create social order and quite often control. Now, as we move into the Golden Age, a lot of these will change because they are not of the same vibration of this new energy that's coming in. And therefore, they will not be able to exist. And of course, they need to collapse. And we need to be vigilant and be aware that this collapsing can also create debris, you know, or they can create some sort of collateral damage somehow before we're able to readjust to the new. That's why this time is so incredibly important. You know, there has been a slump in terms of spiritual awareness and guidance. What is this time really about now? It's like we've slipped into this time of non-time, and therefore it's quite often difficult to navigate and to know what's going on. But the clearing is still continuing. It's very important, therefore, to not get caught up in that whole whirlwind of distractions as things, and destruction as things are falling away. And it is really the man-made constructs that are going to affect us, and they're probably going to be more difficult to deal with, because when there's something cataclysmic that happens, it affects everyone on the planet, including the people who are running the world. So there's more of a chance for complete empathy and compassion to happen because we're all in the same situation. So though governments and banks are having this huge collapse that's happening, it does affect us, but it's more stealth, it's more hidden. It's not in your face, unlike if something cataclysmic was going to happen on the planet. And we don't really know what's going to happen. All we need to be and to remember is to be in our hearts and to be clear of as much stuff and old ideas and ways of being that are not of the same resonance of this new time that we're moving into. So in a way we're still sort of like in between worlds, you know, and there's this space now where the old needs to fall away. So remember that. Remember, just build on your true integrity of who you are. Stay and stand strong in your sovereignty and in the knowing that we have all been brought here for a reason, to bring in the new and to anchor the new, and therefore to implement that. And this is really a time where those people, certain people now need to come forward, including myself, to implement the new. And there's no script, and we're writing the script as we go along, but it's very important for us to maintain this dialogue and to continue this dialogue with one another, so these new ideas can start coming through, so we can be proactive in this wonderful time of change. Okay, so I leave this with you. Much love, much love. These are wonderful times, amazing times, and also with some upheaval that comes with endings, as we all know about endings. So here we are. Be happy, be at peace, particularly during this time now, as we move through Easter, Ishtar, of this time of new beginnings. Okay, many people, there'll be many breakthroughs that are happening now that will be coming forward as well. The more we have the courage to move these things through, hold them for a while until you feel that it's the right time to bring these things forward. But in a way, time is very much of the essence here, because the powers that be are not hesitating to implement the changes.